Hey guys, welcome to another video. This one is about map making, and as you can see right now I already kind of started, but that's because I was messing around with concepts and trying to make it actually look good. Now as you know, in Royal High they actually have, well, a castle. And with this game, I didn't want to make an exact copy of Royal High, so instead of it being school-based, it's just kind of like you're a staff member at the castle and you can do these little tasks to pass the time and role play with friends. You're like working at the castle rather than actually going to school here. So yeah, this is what I have so far of the castle, and as you can see, I've done a whole lot. I actually had a lot of fun doing this. It was actually French inspired, as you can see, with all those columns and stuff like that. I also want to talk about how many parts play a huge role in the castle making, because if you have over 60k parts, that's when it starts to lag. Like you can only, like, I suggest or recommend having your castle under 60k parts and leaving about 20,000 parts open for free for stuff like a town and other buildings or just items or accessories. Keep that open. But mine ended up being around maybe 65k, and I'm going to teach you a hack for that in just a second. One thing you want to do with your royal high quote-unquote castle, so you want to make it unique. Do not copy the game just from how it looks. You have to make your own unique patterns. You have to make your own unique castle, so that way yours can stand out amongst the crowd. And plus, it helps you to be creative, and it helps you to not just well, number one, you'll get canceled if you copy the castle, and it's not right to do. That's just stealing. But number two, you want people to play your game and be intrigued by it, and you will need high quality structures for that. Now, I understand not everyone is good at building, and for that, I say you can commission someone to make a building for you, or you can learn how to make a building. These buildings are actually quite simple. All you need to do is just make a square base, or make a cylinder base, add columns, add windows, and then add a tower at the top, like a roof at the top, and there you have a tower or a castle. It's just all geometric shapes. You don't have to make it look like those 3D modeling artists on Twitter, because at the end of the day, it's still your game and you should enjoy it however you please. Right now I'm just making some adjustments to the castle, trying to really get the vision in mind, which is why I'm messing around with it a lot right now. That golden thing in the middle is actually a botanical garden, because I thought it would be very pretty. You want to have picture perfect spots like this in your game, because it'll prompt people to want to take photos. It'll prompt people to want to stay in there and look around and explore, because there's so many pretty areas within your castle. So yeah, I highly recommend making pretty areas like this. Just try your hardest, and if you're using free models, please go through the model, make sure it doesn't have any scripts or viruses or backdoors, and I'm pretty sure there's a plugin to keep you safe, to keep you from harm like that. I'm pretty sure that exists somewhere, but yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up. Right now we are working on the massive garden because I've always wanted to make something like this, and I thought, why don't I just throw this into the castle, since you know, it would just add that pizzazz that I was talking about earlier. This is actually gonna be this is actually going to be the place for the ballroom, and someone on YouTube did make a video on how to make a ballroom system. I'll link the video in the description, so that way you can learn how to make a ballroom, and then you can customize it. And if you do end up taking inspiration from my ideas, you could have a garden leading up to the ballroom. That was my original idea. And another thing you want to do is take inspiration from IRL buildings or real life places. I'm taking inspiration from French palaces with their just beautiful, huge gardens, and I just genuinely enjoy saying that, especially since I'm a really big plant fan. I really like nature and plants and stuff like that. This is just like a dream come true because I just love gardens. So yeah, that's the purpose of this. And another thing you want to do is make sure that the buildings, you know how Royal High has teleports to certain rooms, like you walk up to a door and it teleports you to a room or something. Make sure you hide those rooms from the player's eye. And what I mean by that is I put it under the map or something, or like above the map. I recommend under because if you put it above the map, a shadow will be casted, and the player, if they look up, they can see it. And if you have a flight system in their game, they can literally just fly there and it would break the illusion of the game. So I suggest making separate rooms. Plus, in my opinion, it causes less lag because you don't have to worry about the exterior fitting within, or the interior or the room fitting within the exterior. So I suggest making a separate room, make the exterior just its own part, and then making the room as a separate model, and then decorating that way and just hide it under the map and make teleports to it. So less lag, and it's more immersive. You can get more creative with it too. Another thing I have a tip for is if you have more than 60k parts, I lost my train of thought, excuse me. The way you can solve your game lagging if you have over 60k parts is turn on streaming enabled. What is streaming enabled? Streaming enabled basically means that the Roblox game won't load certain areas if the player themselves is not there. For example, if I were to enable streaming enabled and put a certain radius for 600 blocks or something, and then I surrounded the player with trees, and then on the other side of that area I put like a town or something, well, the town wouldn't load in because the player, number one, the player's not over there, and number two, the player can't see it. But once that player teleports or starts walking towards it, that's when it starts loading in. So basically, it just unloads and reloads blocks depending on where the player is. And I didn't figure this out for the longest of times. I've been making Roblox games since 2020, and I haven't figured this out until now, and that has been a huge lifesaver. The way you access streaming enabled is going to workspace, clicking workspace. The icon for that is a little globe. It looks like Earth. The workspace going down until you see streaming or something with streaming or streaming enabled, and click enabled, and then you can adjust the settings to where how long or when does it despawn certain areas, or where, depending on where the player is, or how long the radius for despawning or spawning areas is. So yeah, I thought I'd share that. Tip. You could probably find a more in-depth video on YouTube because I'm not the best at explaining stuff, obviously. But yeah, I have nothing else to say. I'm just gonna let you enjoy the rest of the video. I hope you enjoyed and found this helpful, and I wish you the best of luck on your Roblox game making journey. I'll see you in another video. Goodbye. what I was talking about earlier. This is what I meant by making separate rooms rather than from the actual structure, because there is a structure near the castle that says library, but it doesn't actually contain the library. You have to teleport to it. In my opinion, this causes less lag, and you have less to worry about in terms of blocks. So this is what I meant by it, because it gives you more creative freedom, and I just think it's really fun to like do. But yeah, this is what I meant by that. And you can use the teleports. Call Me Bob, actually, or Barbie. She made a teleport system. All you need to do is go into her inventory and grab it from there, and just choose the one. There's a one-way one, and then there is a two-way teleport. But yeah, I just thought I'd share that bit of information and clarify what I actually meant by that, because sometimes I confuse myself and I might confuse my viewers. So I decided to like try my best to actually properly explain it. But that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm also going to be doing the bedrooms like that. I actually made apartments with the house system. I actually made apartments for that, so that way players, just like dorms, would have a place to stay and roleplay. I just thought it would be cute and fun to do. Maybe in the next video I'll show you how I did the apartments or the house system. I actually did use the house system from another YouTuber. I'll link them if I make that video. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and clarify what I meant by that. Skyboxes, I just realized skyboxes, just like the one you see here, also play a huge role in the feel of your game. The atmosphere, such as like color correction and bloom, sun rays, they make the game feel more alive and colorful and cute. In my case, my game is clearly like focused and based on pastels and stuff, but it can work with other games like grungy games or neon colorful games. But yeah, the skyboxes and the atmosphere do play a huge part in how your game will feel and look. Because if it's just plain with no shadows or anything like that, in my opinion, it'll make the playing experience just a little bit boring. But with that stuff, it will make it a lot more fun. There are more picture opportunities, etc. And I just feel like it's overall better choice just to like add some atmosphere to it. But yeah, I just wanted to pop in for the last time. I just wanted to pop in and clarify some stuff. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Follow my Twitter if you have any questions. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.